Move along to Amazon then, which is also on deck. Amazon Web Services growth. AWS will be in focus, especially after Microsoft's Azure service missed revenue expectations earlier this week. Let's bring in Clockwise Capital's James Cakmak. James, great to see you. I know you're a big Amazon fan in the past. A lot of love for it when we talk to tech investors lately. What do you think would diminish those flames?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, we've been worried about big tech more broadly for some time now. We've been pulling a lot from 2025 returns, particularly with Apple and Microsoft. But that being said, Meta and Amazon were the two out of the big tech that were standouts in terms of most favorable risk reward. That being said, I do think that you should be able to see continued acceleration on the AWS front, improving on the 17% growth last quarter, up to 18 this quarter, and then continued efficiencies on the operating expense line and driving that upside surprise in terms of operating profit. So they have a lot of levers to pull. We think the setup is pretty decent here. But that being said, you got to stay cognizant of the broader economy slowing down and the implications of that for their third quarter revenue guide with the retail business.
In other words, you're looking for operating efficiencies at a time when others are seeing, higher investment. And Amazon obviously should be the beneficiary of some of those dollars, but they also have to then presumably buy the chips. And that's when obviously the big question mark.
Sure. CapEx is certainly front of mind, top of mind for all investors. But I think that the commentary out of Microsoft, as well as to a lesser extent Meta, bodes well for Amazon. They've been investing in this category with AI for quite some time. They're coming off of a pretty big base. So in terms of, are you going to see a step function increase of the investments, or will it be just an incremental one? And I think it's going to be more the latter, which should be favorable. But really, you just got to stay cognizant. Still, at the end of the day, it's a discretionary spending business, with retail comprising the majority of it.
Right, exactly. And I kind of go with the wind on that front. All right, James, thank you. We appreciate it. James Cakmak, again, Amazon reporting after the bell.